Guys, on today's episode, Ryan is back from paternity leave. I was a weekend warrior this weekend, and Jerrod's got a new dangerous hobby. Ryan's back.
Hey.
Ryan's back. He made it back.
Boys.
Tyler is gone. Tyler's in what, Canada, bear hunting?
Yeah, Saskatoon.
Yeah, spending loonies and toonies probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we won't hear from him.
God, no. I asked him the day before he left. I asked him if they had service there, and he was ballsy of him to tell me that there was service at the cabin, but not outside. Like, you get out in the woods and whatever. So if we got to get a hold of him, I think we can.
Yeah, we'll just send a pigeon.
And he can't come back and say, well, I didn't have service. It's like, well, I got proof because you told me. So
nice.
Anyway,
catch him red-handed. Exactly what he wants to feel when he gets back from his vacation is feeling like he's caught red-handed.
Yeah, and I mean he was like he wasn't abiding by the no contact paternity leave rule. He was contacting me and shit. So I think he owes me one.
Yeah,
I also contacted you one time.
That's different though. That's different.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I like
That's
that.
different.
Special privilege.
So what'd you do on paternity leave? Did you paternally do stuff?
If I'll say this right now, if paternity leave is anything like my retirement is going to be, I'm going to be. I understand why people who are retired are just busier than those who work. I was busy the whole time. It was all self-inflicted. But I mean, you saw it, you talked about it, got the garage all dialed in, organized, tool bench, got that whole thing organized. And like now I have a tool bench that just doesn't even serve its purpose. Its new purpose just to set shit on. So I got that extra table to just set whatever I need on.
So that took 2 hours.
That took about 2 hours.
Did you get that 13 by 13 burn pile burnt?
No, I was going to, and then it just, the air felt a little bit too dry, and so I voted against it. And it was
me telling you that that's very close to the woods sway your feeling about your burn pile in any way?
No, because I've already burnt one. I've already burnt one pile there.
Yeah, one.
And then also Tyler just saying like he doesn't own any of the trees. Like, dude, do you know how many fucking trees I had to trim? And also I own a corner of the trees. Like, there's down trees in there that I'm cutting up. So, and then
you did listen to the podcast.
I did, yeah. And then Tyler, when he had mentioned that, like, yeah,
get it out.
Yeah, here we go. He's like, yeah, Ryan brought me to his house one time, but we just went into the driveway. It's like, dude, I didn't bring you in because it was 2 p.m. and we had fucking work to do. Like, we were out shooting videos. We had to get back to work. I had shit to do. I know you didn't because you never do.
Oh, man.
No, I'm kidding. But it's like I had work to do. So, the reason that it took 3 months to get you guys over, number one, my parents lived with me for a while.
Yeah.
Number two,
but your parents are a delight. So
yeah,
what's the problem there?
Yeah. No, and I understand. It's more so like let's get them kicked out first, and then we can get it over. And then 9-month pregnant wife. You just she was nesting.
Sure.
Yeah, the weeds started growing. I'm like, well, let's try and get these weeds sprayed before we have people over.
Yeah,
shit like that. Yeah, I haven't blown the driveway off yet with my leaf blower, so it's like, let's get the driveway blown off before I get Myles over here. So yeah, no.
Can you tell the people about your storage room? Because you were very excited about it. It looks great, but tell people about your big storage room you got.
I mean, okay, so that storage room, I talked to you about this before. When we started building that house, it was originally supposed to be a, I don't know, what'd you call it? Bomb shelter?
Or
safe room.
Like a
shelter.
panic room,
Yeah,
or safe room, or whatever.
That got vetoed pretty quick. That was the first thing to go. And I mean, so now it's regular storage room. And totes on top of totes on top of totes. I'm currently working on the 4th layer of totes.
Wow, it's like a lasagna.
Are you labeling the totes, or do you have to look through each one to find what you're looking for?
I'd say probably 25% are labeled.
Oof.
But here's the thing. Not a great system. I I know what totes are placed where in there, so I know what's in them already without them being
Until
later.
it takes your wife one time to start moving shit around,
Correct.
and you're not going to know where anything is.
And that's already started.
Nothing pisses me off more than when my wife moves something where I knew exactly where it was at.
Yeah, it's like, yes, it was laying on the counter where it shouldn't be, but it was there because I was going to get to it in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Right.
Where did you put it? And then they don't remember where they put it.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to tear the whole house apart to find a screwdriver.
Or
Exactly.
but like Tupperware or like kitchen gadgets, whatever. It's like, I'm going about my day trying, I'm going to put the dishes away. I'm going to help out a little bit, right? It's like, well, this onion cutter 2 weeks ago went in this drawer, but now I have to ask because I don't think it goes in that drawer anymore. And I look like an idiot because I now look like I never unload the dishwasher.
Right. And then she's pissed. 'Cause
But
you
it
don't
got
know where it
moved.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I will
So-
also do it on myself though. So I don't know if you guys experience this, but sometimes I'll take extra screws or things of something that I built that I didn't need, but I may need them in the future. So I put them in a baggie, but I don't label it.
Yes.
So it's in a baggie and I put it in the junk drawer. And then a year later, I'm looking to a junk drawer. I'm like, what the hell were these for again?
Right. Then you throw them out. Then you find that purpose for the screws. And you can't find the screws.
Exactly.
It's just a never ending cycle for men.
It's terrible.
What I should do is just dump all screws into a big bucket and then just whenever I need one, just know that whatever I need is in there somewhere. It's like playing Legos. You got to like dig through the pile to find
Yeah.
the one you need.
Right.
That's what I need to do.
And a
Well,
Folgers can.
Yeah, the bigger the container too, the harder it is for someone else, i.e. your wife, to hide it or to get rid of it.
Throw it away.
Yeah. I mean, a little baggie, easy to toss in the garbage. 27-gallon tote from the hardware store, probably ain't gonna get moved.
Right.
You know?
Hopefully.
Hopefully not. So yeah, I mean, the storage room is. I haven't really even touched the storage room yet compared to the garage storage. But fuck, that sucker's gonna be dialed in here pretty soon.
A couple years.
Got a couple years. I mean, honestly, like out of sight, out of mind. I think that's the best part about it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you want to tell your woodchuck story, or you're not talking about that on the podcast?
I think I'll just give him the quick, shortened narration of it. I'm out in the country now. I'm a wildlife guy. I'm kind of a homesteader.
Country boy.
I'm a country boy. Took a shot at a woodchuck, 30 yards with the bow. I didn't have a broadhead on though. I just had a field tip, and missed him by about half an inch. And then some other shenanigans went down, and I thought he was dead, but he wasn't. And then my dad came over later, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw a woodchuck over in the yard next door or whatever." And I go, "Phew, that's probably the woodchuck that I got earlier." Joking around, I'm like, "Let me show you this one." Went to the spot, fucker's gone.
Oh.
So Ryan tried to put it out of its misery and give it a good death, and
Yeah.
he stayed in misery.
He stayed, yeah. Destructive creatures though. So
Yeah.
I felt a little bit bad, but not anymore.
Little
Time goes on.
Caddyshack situation on your hands.
Big time. Big time. Yeah. Pretty soon, it's like I'll have to bait him underneath of that big burn pile I got.
Yeah.
And then that's when she'll go up in flames.
You have to drown your whole yard just to get them.
Correct.
Yes. You're just torturing this woodchuck. First, you thought you killed him and you didn't, so he's clearly in pain out there in the world. And then you're gonna bait him into and burn him alive.
I mean, it's just it's modern day Caddyshack is what it is. And I mean, he's probably gonna get his, and I'm gonna get mine. So he's probably he'll chew a hole through my propane line from my propane tank, and then he'll get his. But I'll fucking tell you what. If no one's home and you're on top of that propane tank, you're fucking going up 500 feet in the air. How's that propane taste, little fucker?
Then eat them.
But no, yeah, paternity leave was solid. I feel
So here's the question: did you see your kid at all?
yeah.
Because it sounds like you were just hanging out outside.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the best part about the second paternity leave with your second child is that first one still goes to daycare. And then when you have visitors over, that's, the supper bell starts to ring, and that's when it's time to go inside. So got a lot of quality. I got a lot of quality group time with my child, and then got some one-on-one later in the
That's
evening.
good.
Any skin to skin?
Yeah. I mean, the best part, I was walking the halls of the hospital, no shirt.
Hell yeah.
And if people
Just
were to,
all the nurses are just uncomfortable.
well, they're like, hey, the fucking gym's on floor 2, not floor 10. If they would ask questions,
They're just like, look at this guy.
Hit this hardo.
there's an excuse, skin to skin.
That's all I gotta say. Skin to skin.
Yeah.
Skin
It's
to
like,
skin,
sir, you've been
skin to
checked
skin.
into the hospital for 4 days now, skin to skin. They recommend 5 days before you put your shirt back on. So the only thing in my overnight bag was pants. I had no shirt packed.
They're like trying to give you a gown as well. They're like, just put this on, please.
Yeah, but I had the gown in reverse, so the open part was on my chest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I was just wearing an unbuttoned
These
polo.
things are hard to put
essentially.
on.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean everything was it was smooth sailing. I got no crazy stories about the hospital. We were boom in and out. 30 hours, beat our previous record 31 hours. And we were back home.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's great news.
That's wild.
So yeah, it's also like for first time parents, they just send you off on your way. And it's like, all right, well, it's time to just figure this out on our own.
Yeah, they don't give you a manual or anything.
There's no manual. Nope. There is. You just don't read them.
Right.
I mean, we buy a new tool or something. We ain't reading that shit.
Hey, yeah.
Trial by fire.
Kid ain't any different.
Yeah. So like if I don't know, you didn't get a true paternity leave, but I feel like 2 weeks is solid. It's a solid amount of time.
Jared's like, really, Ryan?
Yeah, bump
say
those numbers
say
up.
it wasn't enough.
Yeah, say like 3 months.
Well, I mean, I feel like fuck. If I had been on paternity leave for like another week, I'd have started taking creatine. You give me one more week. Like also my paternity leave butted up with Memorial Day. You give me a couple more days, I'd have been on creatine.
I didn't know what that means.
The amount of creatine ads I was seeing them in my feed, and then like on like the I got the basic version of HBO. So like
4 weeks he'd been doing hard drugs.
4 weeks, 3 weeks creatine, 4 weeks peptides, and then 5 weeks would have been
5 weeks he got out for milk and never came back. So, of all the things you could have said, creatine.
Dude, I started getting, after the first couple of days, I started to get intrigued. I'm like, have
you ever been on creatine?
Long time ago.
Yeah,
long time
I mean,
ago.
I
Like
did
riding a
it
bike.
when I was
But now it's the
not-
new thing.
It's not like this crazy thing.
Dude, the amount, like creatine is the new trend in the fitness world. Like
It was a trend 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
yeah, but then it kind of took a hiatus for about 8 years. And then now I'm like, okay.
I remember it was like taboo in college to be taking creatine. Like they acted like it was like this banned illegal
For sure.
substance.
Yeah, and it's like-
crazy.
I mean, you knew who was taking creatine based off of who was carrying around a gallon jug of water.
Yeah,
That's
you
pretty
get
obvious.
dehydrated.
But now they have creatine gummies, and
Creatine vapes.
by the end of it, I'm kind of interested. But I mean, take your pick. Here's 1,000 different brands of creatine. Which one do you want? Well, fuck, I don't know. Let's just do a randomizer.
So is it like illegal or is it like
No,
No,
it's
what's
just
the downside of it?
The downside is you just get dehydrated.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you just got to drink more water.
Gotcha.
I mean, fuck.
Because it helps your body retain water more, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And it also, it helps delay by a very small amount how long until your muscles get fatigued. Is that correct?
I believe so.
So like, let's say you're doing an exercise and in 15 seconds, your muscles hit a certain point of fatigue. Creatine, from what I understand, this could be totally wrong. But from what I understand, you will then delay that fatigue till like 20 seconds. So you might be able to get a few extra reps in, which then builds more muscle and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Sure.
Well, it's funny because I'm like, I'm getting fed an ad every 5 swipes. I also haven't touched a weight in a month. So it's like, well, let's get on creatine while we're not working
We'll get on
out.
creatine first so you're ready to go.
That's true. Yeah. That's
true.
true. That's the intro to getting back into lifting.
It has
weights.
something to
Gateway
do with
drug.
your ATP production.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
we
I
just start
think
throwing
so.
acronyms out there.
ATP is a very long word that has something to do with how your muscles get energy. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah. If you can't,
Very
It's so long ago.
yeah, if you don't know what ATP is the acronym for, then you just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was bopping in and out. Came mowed the lawn one day. I was fucking kind of missed you guys a little
Mhm.
bit. So
No, you were around quite a bit.
yeah, I mean, I had to listen in on at least one episode to see what was being said.
Mhm.
All good things though.
So Tyler was the only one talking shit, or what?
Well, he was piggybacking off of you saying that you hadn't been over in 3 months, and then Tyler, we had fucking work to do. It's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. You want me to give you the full tour? We already tell you, like, you want me to tell you why I painted and I didn't texture this wall?
I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that. Yeah, I can video call you later when I'm at home.
I'm sure
That
you'll
was
love
pretty
that.
funny though, and you were telling me all about the texture on the wall, and I'm like, I wouldn't have noticed.
Good. I mean, we did a good job. We did a good job. That's the thing
How
about
many people have you told that to?
all of them.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
goes. I feel like when you get a new house or something like that, you have like run a checklist in your head of all the things you say in each room.
For sure. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you're like, there's always one thing you got to tell them about in each room.
Mhm.
Like the master bathroom is like, God, it's nice to have a separate bathroom room that, when you blow it
The
up in the
toilet
morning.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't going to stink.
Mhm.
Yeah. The one wall in the garage that's painted, it's mudded and painted, but not textured.
It's like you have a whole script of what you say.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
pretty
and why,
true.
why would I texture it when it's a gym wall? It's just going to get beat up anyways. What if I want to punch a hole through the drywall? Then there goes the texture.
Yeah, I textured it for nothing.
Yeah. And when I go back to patch it, I don't have to fucking texture it because nothing else is textured.
This
the
is
whole thing.
This is the wall I punch.
Yeah.
He's like in the
Yeah.
basement. He gets pissed, runs upstairs, goes in the garage.
Yeah, I haven't hung
It's a stud.
I haven't hung my heavy bag up yet, so I just ended up hitting the wall.
All right, guys, Prize Picks time of the week. And right now, if you sign up with code YBR, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't need to win your lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed. And Jerrod,
Mhm.
sounds like we got a slip pick.
Yeah, patron, his name is CBA. He put a $5 thing in, and it paid out $150 for the Colorado Philadelphia MLB game. So
Let's
that's
go.
pretty good.
Let's go.
So it was a
Six-legger.
6-legger.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the X on that? 100?
150 divided by 30x.
30X? That's
Yeah.
bad math by me.
Yeah,
It'd be $500. Feels.
Yeah.
so good payday for CBA.
Great
CBA
payday.
could be anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
could be
It could be
anyone.
anyone.
Could be any time.
Could be
Could
any
be any
sport.
bet.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Mhm.
CBA. Hopefully use code YBR when he signed up. I'm feeling a little CBA this week. I feel like we're gonna hit.
We have to.
We're
at this
due.
point. We're
We're
due.
so
I'm
due.
back too. So
Got some mojo going.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so I got Nas Reed more than 9.5 points this week. Jared's got Mike Conley's more than 6.5
Correct.
points. Ryan's got Alex Caruso. He toggled up to a Red Devil for 9.5 points.
More than
And I don't know how do you say this guy's name?
Shea Gilgis Alexander.
Shea Gilgis Alexander. Tyler picked. He needs to get one dunk,
One dunk.
More than 0.5.
more than 0.5 dunks.
He can do.
I think fingers just have to touch the rim.
Yeah, I don't know technically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
think
if
that's
they count
right.
warm ups too?
But just classic Tyler picking the thing that's.
Yeah, it's like
He hasn't had a
yeah.
dunk since 5 games ago, but he did have 2.
I don't know what Tyler's thinking.
Tyler,
I don't either.
really, dude. So if you want to roll with us, that's what we got going on. And yeah, keep sending slip picks. We like to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
But send them before they hit, so we can
Yeah.
also hit with
Yes,
you.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
slip pics would be nice. The last question I have for you is, what are you going to do about your shower? You had revealed to me you made a shower. It's a half glass shower.
Yep.
Sheetrock to bottom, but there's no door on it.
Correct.
And you said it gets drafty in the shower.
Yeah, it gets a little bit chilly.
Are you going to just roll with it and just be used to it, or are you going to do something about that?
Well, I think in the short term, we're just going to have to roll with it and get used to it. And I kind of have. Now, if this was just my house and I didn't live with anybody else, I would just put a shower curtain.
That's what I was thinking.
over
I
the
was
front.
like, it's like you make this like glass thing so you don't have to have a shower curtain, and then you just hang up a shower curtain.
That's exactly what I would do. And I would try and match it to like some of the undertones coming out of the whatever. But fuck it. I mean, or I just get a
Where'd
free
you get
shower
undertones?
curtain.
Your wife been talking a lot of undertones.
Yeah, I've learned about undertones. I've learned about undertones, especially with rock and how all that shit. You can pull this piece of furniture pulls this out, and that one fucking punches it in. I don't know.
My brother, when he moved into his place, I don't know if it was his apartment or his house, but he didn't buy a shower curtain yet, and he tried taking a shower without a shower curtain. He got back to me. He's like, "It was not a good idea."
I imagine he like took the shower head and like pointed it at the one wall and like kind of had to like go like this.
I think he tried all options at that point. Yeah,
But
He just ends up taking a bath.
I think so.
there are people out there wondering if they can actually go and do that without repercussion, without having to mop the floor up.
He said it was terrible. It was a terrible idea.
Or no, he just had the bar. He got the shower curtain bar before he received the actual curtain, so he just had the bar up.
He had to take a shower real bad.
Yeah, you just like hanging like super long towels over top of it.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Terrible
The
idea.
towels are soaked.
yeah. I will say one thing too. It's nice. It's nice having visitors come over. Number one, it just kind of breaks the day up a little bit, and you can just get to BS with people. And a lot of people, Myles included, they bring supper over, or they bring stuff for leftovers, whatever. But I will say, leftover containers. It's like, getting leftovers is great, but is it great enough to then have to go to the work of returning the leftover container?
Good question.
Because we now have a stack of leftover containers where it's like, we may not see this person for a few months. And so do we toss it?
And
If
then
we
you're
toss
not
it,
going to remember to give it back to them.
exactly. The one time they come over and in 3 months, we'll forget to give it back to them. So it's like, it's more work to bring back a leftover container than it is to make the actual food.
Yeah, it's very similar to same church, different pew with like borrowing tools
For
with
sure.
leftover containers.
Yep.
So I think it's just yours until they bring it up.
I agree, but then it's like, what if it were up to me, I would just toss them, because the container drawer is the way it is because of the containers we have, and now we add new ones in it. It kind of throws it all off.
Maybe just leave it at your front doorstep and put their name on it. It's like,
That's
pick
true.
it up whenever you want.
Yeah, just mail. We could just mail.
Yeah,
it
like
back
restaurants do with DoorDash. They have like a little like stand they put the orders on, and the DoorDasher can just come and grab them.
out. That's
Just have a Tupperware stand outside.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea.
yeah.
Because if you really want it back, and just put like a timetable, like, well, if you don't claim it in 3 months, it's mine. Don't say that, but
Yeah.
have that mentality.
Don't say it, but say it.
Right,
Or you
yeah.
know how some people have the like those little bookcases out in their front yard with people can come by and like sit on the bench and read a book that they
Yeah,
have.
like the free little library
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, just have one of those cases with
Free
Tupperware
free
containers.
little Tupperware.
Yeah, yep,
Um,
that'd be a good idea.
yeah, I mean, you just send them a text and just say, "Hey, I need you to come pick this up in 3 weeks, or else," and then they can let their imagination run wild on what the or else is.
Okay,
Yep. Don't text them back. Just
No.
send one text.
One text.
block their number.
You have 3 weeks.
Or just drop them a pin. You have 3 weeks.
Yeah. Little free Tupperwares.
You know, it'd be funny. You like set up like a hostage looking room, like just set the Tupperware up on a chair with a gun pointed at it,
One light down.
one light on them, and just say, "You have 3 days."
Or just put a burlap sack over it, and they're like, "What's in the bag?"
You have
You
3
better
days.
find out.
You're holding it hostage. I bet they'd show up.
Also, the tater dish was delicious.
And then if they don't come pick it up in 3 days, you can just bring it out back and just blast it with your 9mm.
Yeah, no, I mean, or just like just fill the container with gasoline, throw it on my pile.
That's what we
there
need
you
to
go.
start doing. If you have stuff that people leave at your house and you don't want it anymore, just start like sending hostage messages. And then if they don't comply, just shoot it.
It's actually not a bad idea, and it also, you know, it sprinkles a little entertainment in there too at the same time.
Send them magazine clippings of like in the mail.
Yeah, like cut magazine clippings out like they do in every movie.
Or like a ransom thing.
Yeah. You got to put a newspaper by it though too with the date on it.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to date.
Gotta get the
it.
paper now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like your
Or send a
buddy,
screenshot with it.
yeah. Screenshot the timestamp. Yeah.
your buddy leaves a sweatshirt at your house. Show like have a photo of it with the burlap sack
Yeah.
over it, like a flag behind it. I don't know, and then just be holding like a torch. And then if he doesn't come pick it up in 3 days, you just burn it.
And then day two, day two, if they're not there yet, then you just like slowly get the torch closer to like put a little bit of a burn mark in it.
Just singe it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll torture.
FaceTime them and then just start lighting it on fire. You gonna come get it? You gonna come get it? Yes. And then you fucking put it out.
Yeah, *67 a FaceTime. You don't know who I am.
Have a Halloween mask on. Oh, man.
All good ideas.
You just
All good
spend
ideas.
way more time trying to get them to come pick it up than if you just went and dropped it off at their house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just drop this in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every Tupperware container, it should come with like a poly mailer and a return
Oh, yeah.
label. You
That'd
know?
be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, let's skip the noodle, like the noodle salad. Save the $4 you'd pay for that, and just give me a return label. I can send your Tupperware back.
I'm not gonna eat it anyway.
You know?
Yeah.
If I bring dinner over your house again, I'm just gonna bring it in plastic bags.
You could do
And
that.
I'm not talking Ziplocs. I'm talking grocery
I'm
plastic.
talking
bags.
grocery plastic with no
Your
like.
lasagna is just gonna be a
Mush.
mush puddle. But
Yeah.
then you don't have to return it.
I mean, yeah, taco in a bag. It's like we haven't expanded past the taco in a bag. So
Mhm.
Lasagna in
lasagna
a bag.
in a bag.
Well, you should trick Ryan into thinking that you want the Ziploc back.
Yeah.
No, the grocery bag.
Grocery
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, hey, we bring these back to the store when we go groceries. Bring them back. Bring that bag back. If you could wash it out too, that'd be great.
Wash the bag out.
Yeah, if you get any sort of liquid in a grocery bag and you try and dump it out, you just never dump all of it out.
No, it stayed in there.
No, because it always gets in the cracks and crevices and shit. I had one in my window well, and I was like, I literally turned it in every which direction, and there's water still coming out. And then I grabbed it, and my whole hand is soaked. And I'm like, what the? God.
Hate these things.
Yeah, they're the worst. So, no, it was good.
That is good. Yeah.
It was good. Good to be back.
Should we take a break?
Let's take one.
All right, guys. I got a DM over the last week that I had to screenshot because I thought it was pretty funny, but also a phenomenal idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is from Cole Matthews. Cole Matthews DM me, said, just got the biggest Midwest honor. My dive bar had me sign the jersey I always wore to the bar and put it on one of the decorations and was put in the bar Hall of Fame. Was put in the bar Hall of Fame. Biggest honor of my life so far. We need to start retiring bar jerseys,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like, or at least honoring all of the people who've spent tens of thousands of dollars after they die. You know, like the old guy that's sitting at the end of the bar, maybe he wears like the same bomber jacket.
Yeah.
The
Right.
bar should request once he passes away to be able to hang it in the rafters.
I like that idea.
Like Midwest bars need to start retiring jerseys of people who drink there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, also when you get new people that come into the bar, like that jersey, the signed jersey, that can hold 100 different stories depending on who's telling it.
Exactly.
You know, like, hey, you know, this guy is He was battling cancer for a long time. He beat it, and then he got drafted into the NFL first round back in 1982, and was gracious enough to, present us with, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing like where we go pheasant hunting in their hunting shack.
Yep.
If guy who goes hunting with them a lot passes away, they hang their hunting vest in the rafters.
Okay.
And they shine a light on it. It's actually pretty cool.
They literally shine a light on it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a figure. Okay.
No, like they actually have like a light on it.
Gotcha.
It's actually pretty cool.
It's actually pretty sick.
Nice.
Because like hanging professional jerseys, that's also cool. But those people are never going to grace your bar.
Mhm.
So why not put your most loyal patrons in there?
Or it's even like maybe not their jacket you hang in the rafters, but like you take off their bar stool top and
That's a
you hang
good
that in
idea.
the rafters with that
Yeah.
little plaque with their name on it. So you basically retire their bar stool.
Yeah,
Could be actually pretty cool.
that's kind of sweet actually. And I mean, you could say it's personalized. It has the indents from their ass cheeks in it.
Right.
So
It's like a fingerprint.
correct. And if anyone else sits there, it's just not going to be comfortable because they have different ass cheeks.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I remember there's a story that James Harden got his jersey retired at a strip club in Atlanta. They hang his jersey from the rafters because he spent so much money there.
holy.
So it's very similar.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of. Yeah.
Well,
He's not going to get his jersey retired with any NBA team,
Never.
but he gets it retired at the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Imagine I'm assuming the strippers were pissed about that, especially like the ones with tenure, because think you danced there for 10 years. You put your time in, and they don't even retire your panties.
Blood, sweat, and tits.
Yeah, your panties or your clickety clacks.
Do you have a
I
problem?
mean, I think the clickety clacks is about the only thing you retire because sometimes that's the only thing that's only game worn.
Yeah, if the shoe fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all game worn too. We'll get it so we can get certified and everything. Big old plaque up above the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good point. What other things should be retired?
The Sniffer's Row, like if there's a guy who's got a spot like that.
Not
Okay,
move
we're
past
done. Yeah,
the
okay.
strip clubs.
Okay, yep.
Jesus.
Yep. Okay, we're done with that.
Oh my Oh my God, right? Classic. I saw a dad on TikTok to completely shift gears. I saw a dad on TikTok did like I don't know what his favorite kid's favorite NHL team was, but for his birthday, he hung from their like balcony in their house, like the upstairs balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Different jerseys with his name on the back. That was like year 1, 2, 3. So basically his like birthday party. If he was 8, there was 7 jerseys hanging up.
Yep.
For every birthday. It's kind of a funny idea.
That's a great
Mhm.
idea, actually. Kids love that. I mean, kids love jerseys to begin with.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
I mean, any like I'm thinking about people who spend a lot of money in certain spots. People go to the casino or regulars at the casino.
That's a good
Like
one.
if someone passes away, like their player card gets retired. It's almost like a business's first dollar bill. It's like James's 38-year-old casino card that doesn't have any money left on it. I went to the funeral.
Mm-hmm. All the inheritance is on that card.
Yeah. Yeah, you hang it by his favorite slot machine.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
Right next to his ashtray.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like a fishing house, like hang up a lure at the fishing house could be a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, or like even just like in the blue collar trades, if a guy makes it to retirement at a company, his uniform should get hung in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tool belt, hammer, hard hat, pretty much a high vis vest or whatever he's wearing.
Should be hung in the rafters.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it's not a lot of guys make it to retirement at one company. So if you're loyal, you get your gear in the rafters.
Yeah. Would Flops and Dave have any retirement memorabilia or deal?
I think Dave would. Flops would not. Flops left on bad terms.
Sure. Yeah, you got to leave on good terms. You got to give at least a 2-day notice.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's a lot. For concrete.
That's a lot. Yeah.
You got to put in your 2 days.
That's a tall task. It's like a month.
Dave, the shirt that would be in the rafters for Dave would be his Got Beaver shirt.
Get a laugh every time too.
Mm-hmm.
Pink's All Out. That wouldn't be.
Yeah, it'd be tough not to throw the.
It's a close.
I want
second.
you for Pink's All Out.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone gets one piece of mem.
Right.
You know.
It's like I think Michael Jordan's got multiple jerseys up at the United Center, so why not Flaps or Dave?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true.
I mean, Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter at the retired. Why not?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can retire anything.
Fuck, why can't we retire my jersey at M&H?
Go ahead,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Did you ever wear it on the job site? You ever wear your jersey to work?
We did have
Oh,
a
it was
jersey
Jersey Day?
Friday one time.
Nice.
Wore an old basketball jersey that I had from like AAU days.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have all my old basketball jerseys from when I was younger.
Bring them in.
Yeah, Kevin got. We got to start retiring shit in here. I mean, look at the amount of wall space. Like I'm been getting good at just looking at walls and seeing what could be put up there.
But the problem is you're retiring it, meaning that you're not doing it anymore. So you announcing your retirement.
No, it's more so that I don't wear it anymore because it's too small. You know, it was like a 6th grade jersey type
Gotcha.
deal.
Sort of retired.
Yeah,
Well, if any of us retire, we got to hang the mics in the rafters.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this chair for sure has to go somewhere.
On
That's
the wall.
true.
Yeah, like yeah. Does this chair get retired before my back breaks? I don't know.
So you're not complaining about it.
No.
I guess Big Blue Air got air retired.
Yeah.
Mason jar.
Yeah,
Yep.
it did.
Mhm.
That's our first retirement piece.
Right.
Yep.
So we just
Big
got
Blue Air.
build off of that.
Yeah. Can you imagine like a pharmacist? A pharmacist retires after a long time, and they just like they retire like their favorite bottle of pills to pack up or something.
Well, it would probably be their white coat.
Okay. Yeah.
Their little separating knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's a white coat. The separating
So-
knife goes into the break room, and that's now the butter knife.
Yeah.
All
There you
right?
go.
Don't fucking get me rolling on how they don't do anything. What are you?
No,
are you
I
retiring from retirement at that point?
You're
Ryan did more on paternity leave than they do at work every day.
Yeah, what are you retiring from counting to 30?
I'm not going to 30 anymore.
Yeah, I mean, pharmacists have
Yeah,
to.
he like has grandkids over and he's like, all right, let's count to 10. He's like, I like to leave work at work. This is my weekend off.
Yeah, like imagine being married to a pharmacist. Like they know the calendar better than everyone else. 1 to 30.
They always
Right?
know the 31st day of a month. Any
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
They know exactly what a leap year is.
Yeah.
Off the dome.
I don't know where you guys, if you guys ever been to the pharmacist where they have like the little booth where they tell you about your prescription, you know?
No.
So like the one I go to, they have like it's like the counter that you check out on, and then 4.5 feet to the right, there's like this little like almost looks like an awning or like a thing that goes up and over, and it's got like clearly like some like soundproofing type of thing
Sure.
because you're having a conversation about your medication. Basically, they're giving you medical advice on how to use it and all of that, right?
Yeah.
And they think by just like outlining it that it's just this
I
private
see.
conversation. But then again, they're like, so have you taken this before? Yeah. So when you got hemorrhoids, and you're kind of just standing there like,
Keep it down, dude.
don't we have a room we can do this in?
HIPAA, dude.
Yeah. It's like gotta be a HIPAA violation, but they don't care.
The
Yeah,
sound,
so you have a small dick.
So you're having
these
some
things will do you
trouble in the
wonders.
bedroom. Classic.
you're the first one today.
You're the first one this hour. You know, I like to pop these right before I work out, honestly.
Gets the blood flowing in all the right ways.
I got nothing going on today.
Pharmacy is just the most lackadaisical thing in the medical industry. I just can't believe it. They're just using butter knives to count pills and just announcing all of your medical history to the world.
Yeah, you get your pills. There's like butter on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, pharmacists are just they were kids who loved playing with stickers when they were younger, just slapping stickers on stuff, And I'm assuming a majority of the time, if they have the education window, they just have like a this window closed, go to next window, and there's just no next window, so they don't even have to give education. They just give you a pamphlet that you're not going to read.
Yeah, if they're hungover, they just put that flag up.
Yeah, if they're just hungover, they'll just short someone one fucking whatever Adderall and. It's like they're not going to count to see if there's 30 in here. If there's 29,
They
it's like,
absolutely will, especially Adderall.
That's true. That's true.
Now, like an antibiotic, maybe not.
Yeah.
Not as important.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to take antibiotics all the way through anyways. As soon as you feel good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and we do have like a nice return, like a return policy where we'll like refund you back half your money if you return what you have left over, which ends up going into my purse.
Right.
Special
later.
occasion, aka every morning I wake up.
Pop an antibiotic, take the edge off.
Yeah, no, those hydros
Yeah, you're
are
supposed
not
to take antibiotics all the time, so you're just healthy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, these hydros are not to be crushed up. They're supposed to be taken whole. If you end up crushing them up, make sure you scoop the residue back into the pill
You don't
bottle.
want to be wasting it.
No, and return that when you're all done.
If you have to
Okay.
gum it, gum it.
Gum it. Yeah. And don't drink water for 30 minutes. It's like don't go swimming 30 minutes after eating. Like don't drink water until 30 minutes after gumming these hydros.
What are you, my dentist?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You wanted to retire a pharmacist's favorite bottle of pills.
Maybe they just get like a golden pill bottle.
Golden pill. I like that.
They get bronze 10 years of service, they get silver 20 years, and then retirement at 30 years. They get the gold plated. It's cubic zirconium. It's just like lightly gold flaked.
Yeah, we're not spending that money.
No. No. So if you even think about selling that, it ain't gonna sell.
Oh God.
Yeah, that question took a turn.
Sorry. This weekend, Memorial Day weekend. First of all, thanks to all the troops that have kept us safe.
Yeah.
That's what it's really about. Forgot to mention
Remember
that
it for
last
what
week.
it means. Yep.
But secondly, I got to the lake and I was ready to have a great weekend, and I took a look at my lawn. I had some winter kill. Then I had to take my truck over to get the window fixed. So then I went over to the window, get the window, and dropped it off there. My dad picked me up because we were leaving it there, and then we're right next to the hardware store. We're like, well, I might as well pick up some seed and some stuff to do some of that. And then I get back to the cabin, I start working on that, and I'm like, well, I gotta water it now, so we gotta hook up the water pump into the lake. And then all of a sudden, the pump's not putting out enough water for the sprinklers. So then I got to figure out the pump and
new filter or something.
Recruit help from down the way, and they come over. They give advice. Pretty soon we get the pump working pretty good. Then all of a sudden the sprinkler starts clogging up because of all the gunk from the lake gets stuck in there. So then I got to undo that. And the next thing I know, it's 9 p.m. and I haven't sat down for a second the entire day.
Yeah, you haven't had a sip of beer.
No.
Not a sip, because you're just too busy.
I did get one. I did that was my reward at the end of the day.
That's a non-negotiable.
But yeah, I mean, quite literally, lake ownership is just another job.
Right.
Because I've owned it for a few years now, and it's just now you're starting to have stuff starting to break.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, where does the list begin? The internet wasn't working. I had to figure that out. I got to get a new Ring doorbell. Just doesn't work. The refrigerator breaker just trips.
Okay.
So I can't keep anything in the front fridge. I got to keep all of it in the beer fridge in the back.
So your fridge isn't running?
It's not refrigerated. I don't have to go and try and catch it.
Yeah, you already got enough stuff to do. We don't need to add that.
I mean, it's just the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, someone wants to use a tube that you left in the garage from last year, and there's a hole in it already. So you gotta get fucking. Instead of going and buy a $5 tube, you just gotta go buy patch. You gotta buy a patch to fucking patch it up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I did realize, drinking that beer at the end of the day, I did realize though, as much as Midwesterners like to complain about doing yard work, I did have a sense of relaxation just working on my lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Midwesterners use manual labor as a form of relaxation,
Right.
is what I realized.
I
Because I've, obviously I've done stuff in my cabin, but I've never had that many things go wrong and have to fix in one day out at the lake. And although it was a long day, I didn't feel that tired by the end because I did enjoy it.
Well, and especially when you know how to fix these things. So then it's just like there's no trying to think through the process or watching videos of how I'm going to fix this thing. It's just like you have to go get what you got to get. You got to take the time to fix it. And that itself is relaxing.
Well, there's a camaraderie aspect because I had to recruit the neighbors to help me figure it out because they got a pump that works great. And I'm like, well, mine should work. It's the same one. There's no way we can't get this thing going.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden it's a whole, takes a village to water a lawn.
Oh, for sure. It takes a lake to water a lawn.
Literally.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
And I also realized that and probably more of another thing is there's something hard coded into Midwesterners that if they aren't accomplishing something manual labor wise, then they get antsy.
Mm-hmm. Because you feel like a piece of shit for not doing anything.
Yeah, because you were saying that you were you stained your deck this weekend.
Yep, I stained my deck,
and going in Friday, what was your feeling?
It's like I gotta get this done,
or I'm a piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
And same thing. I looked at my lawn. I'm like, if I don't do this, I'm gonna be thinking about it all week.
Yeah.
I just have like my dad in the back corner of my mind, like telling me I'm a piece of shit. I'm a lazy bones or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just like that sort of like little voice in your head.
And I think the worst part is we used to give my dad crap growing up. We used to call every time he'd make us do stuff at the lake, we'd call it work camp. You're like, oh, you're going lake this weekend? Well, kind of. We're going to work camp, actually.
Yeah.
We're not gonna relax.
Yeah. And now, after 3 years of owning a lake home, I have now started my own work camp.
Right.
It took 3 years, and all of a sudden, I'm turning into my father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like a surefire sign that it is relaxation for you when you're doing this work is like when you forget to eat.
Yes.
It's like, you start at 9 a.m. and you look at the clock, it's 3 p.m. and you haven't eaten a single thing that day.
Right. Yeah.
That's when you know it's relaxing though, is because you're dialed in and you're loving what you're doing.
Well, and there's something so satisfying with saying, got that done onto my next project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got my kids saying that over paternity leave.
Did you?
Because like what you're saying is exactly what was happening mentally and then also physically during pat leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like yesterday, last day of leave, right? I just started picking up the bigger sticks in the yard. And when I say bigger sticks, I mean like nothing more, nothing under 8 inches.
It's huge.
And there was maybe took me 30 minutes. Did I need to do that? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But
you don't have grass.
I don't have grass.
So you definitely didn't need to do it.
Didn't need to do it. But I also like had my AirPods in. I was listening to you guys smoking and joking, and then I was fucking relaxed. You know,
and you're laughing your head off.
Laughing my head off.
Laughing your balls off.
Couldn't even get work done. I was laughing so hard.
But like even when I was staying in my deck, it took me like 2 days. And like the first day, I'm like, yeah, I've done enough. I think I've done enough to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like bargaining with yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this
You're
is
like,
enough.
would my dad be proud of me?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I walk 20 yards to pick that stick? I think I picked enough sticks.
I think
up
I'm
today.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did enough today.
Yeah, there is like this thing in the back of my head that it's like there was a moment where I could have cut some corners.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
But I actually, it's not even the voice in the back of my head. I have my father next door watching me do it. Like if I cut corners here, he's gonna. And then when it doesn't work, he's gonna be like, "Well, it's because you fucking didn't do
Yeah,
this."
did you expect it to work? You cut corners.
We're great. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're speaking my language right now.
So I laid down some topsoil mixed with like some manure, like just some extra stuff. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I'm supposed to do that, but
Yeah.
I
Hold some
figured-
moisture in, like peat moss, shit like that.
Yeah, it was peat moss in it, whatever. But you know, you lay that down, it kind of doesn't smell the best.
Correct.
So then I'm like, and I did this on Saturday, and I was like, oh shit,
Literally.
are my neighbors gonna be like, really, dude? You laid down this smelly ass shit, and I'm just trying to sit on my deck and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
And now I got smells like I'm at a farm.
Yeah. My Sunday coffee is starting to taste like a silo.
You hope the wind changes direction.
Yeah. I got an industrial fan out there blowing it away.
Just blowing it out towards the lake.
Yeah. So all the boaters drive by.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such a good point.
Well, Myles, you just got to think of all the stuff that is working right now at your lake. cabin.
Correct.
Perspective.
Let's see. The windows work.
Good.
The windows work. You can look out them.
Got your patio swept.
The heat works because there was when we got there, it was pretty chilly in the cabin, so we had to turn on the heat. So that
Mhm.
works.
There you go.
Do the doors open and close?
Yeah, 'cause I gotta fix my
Okay, fuck.
screen door. I
Damn.
just gotta tighten a couple screws, going a little
screws loose.
haywire on me. Got a
Is
couple
the-
screws loose.
Is the beer cold?
Beer is cold. The one refrigerator works.
Doorbell doesn't work.
Doorbell doesn't work.
Does the TV work?
yeah.
There we
See,
go.
there you go.
It didn't though right
Love it.
away because I had to
Fuck.
frick with the Wi-Fi.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're sitting there and you're like, so while you're in the middle of doing a project at your house or cabin, you're then thinking about the next project.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting there, I'm doing the planting new grass, whatever. And I'm like, God, we should really put a tree right there.
Mhm.
A tree, if that grew up nice, add some shade here, it would look
Get
nice.
some
Yeah,
apples.
do I want to plant this grass? Because if I put a tree there, I'm gonna have to dig it up anyway.
Right?
You
Yeah.
know?
Just kick the can down the road.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the slippery slope that I tend to take. Is I mean, there's always shit to be done, and always putting that right after that the project I just finished. It's like, hey, let's just finish this one and then maybe just take a break for a second.
Yeah.
But
No, you are from the Midwest. You cannot.
yeah, well, I got a burn barrel now too, so it's like
Yeah, I don't like it burning.
I always have cardboard to burn, so there's always something to do. You know.
I was also this close for my lawn turning into the bench project and the house numbers project. I ran out of topsoil and I was kind of just like, "Fuck, I don't want to have to go in and buy some more. But luckily my dad had to go put gas in the boat and they had
Nice.
topsoil there. So he picked some up for me.
Yeah,
I was able
that's
to-
clutch.
it's absolute assist from my dad.
Yeah.
Going back to the hardware store is tough.
Mhm.
I'm sure you're just there.
I did have to go back to the hardware store.
I'm going back a third time.
Because I
so-
had to go get my dad's sprinkler heads were all clogged. We couldn't get them unclogged, so I had to go buy a new sprinkler head. And I literally checked out with the same guy I checked out in the morning, and he just goes, "You're back." And I said, "Yeah, it looks like both of us put in a full work day."
Yeah, you know, you're telling me about that credit card earlier. It might be a good time to sign up for that baby.
Yeah,
You're just
good
like,
rewards here.
Let's
Yeah.
get $75 off and open a new credit card up. I come here often enough.
You'll be back.
Yeah.
And I think the final nail in the coffin for Midwesterners is there's something so addicting to comparing how much your project would have cost if you would have paid someone versus doing it yourself. That fact alone keeps Midwesterners doing labor until eternity.
Exactly.
You couldn't be.
I
more
think
spot
all
on.
in, like with the seed, I even got a little hand spreader because I didn't have one of
Yep.
those. Seed, whatever, I was in probably, I don't know, a little over $100. And it's like, then you go like, well, if I had paid someone to come in here, it cost me at least $1,000.
Yeah, 100%.
And that little phrase at the end of the project just keeps Midwesterners perpetually doing manual labor. But again, there's also an enjoyment and satisfaction to it. So
Mhm. Like I did that.
yeah,
Yeah.
And if we don't do that, then what lessons are our kids going to take away?
Yeah.
You know, well, if something's broke out, we just leave it, or we
Yeah.
just buy a new one, whatever.
Be bankrupt.
Well, and I had the extra satisfaction of my mom was like, so how much that cost you? Like $300-400 for everything. And I was just, someone overestimates how much it costs. And you're just sitting there licking your chops like, oh, if she thinks that costs $300, her mind is about to be blown. And even if it costs you like $140, you go, yeah, a little over $100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Slap them with it was a little over $100.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they have a nice little rebate too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially when you start taking advantage of rebates.
Pretty funny moment though. My dad, I'm going to get there eventually too.
Yep.
I know it, but my dad's addicted to the rebate and he's like, I'll send in that rebate for you. I got a few lined up. And then I was like, okay, yeah. And I gave him the receipt because he's going to send it in anyways.
Yeah.
And then my younger brother reveals to me later when we're talking about the rebate, he goes, those other rebates he's sending in were the receipts are a $5 purchase and an $8 purchase. So he's sending in the rebate
For no more than a dollar back. Less than $1 back. Probably.
Yeah.
Like you can't even buy Tootsie Rolls at the hardware store for a penny anymore.
It adds up.
Yeah.
There is logic to that though.
No, I know, but it was just funny because my
It is
brother was
small.
just like, he's just wasting his time for $1.
But that gives him enjoyment.
He's addicted to the rebate.
Addicted to the mail. Gives him a reason to check the mail. You can drop that off.
Yeah.
Like the stamp alone almost
Yeah, right. Yeah. Stamps are 75 cents these days, I feel like.
Kind of losing money sending that thing.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's why his eyes were lighting up when he saw mine. And he's like, oh, we're gonna rake it in here.
Yeah. Will you get that rebate check back?
No,
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
donation to my dad. I think
Yep.
at this point.
You can keep it.
Yeah. Make it worth it for him to send his in.
I'll make him happy when the mail comes in.
Yeah, it's like once you like own a home and you start doing the math on how much the electricity costs for leaving a light on, your dad was acting like it was costing him $100 an hour.
Right. It's like the AC was on when he was gone.
Yeah,
That's how
it's like
Yeah. You're walking.
there maybe if you left the lights on the whole time, like with LED bulbs and everything now, like what you're spending an extra like $25 a month
Yeah.
if you left them on all the time.
Yeah.
Like I remember my dad came over and he was dropping something off. So we were in the driveway and he looks up and he sees during the middle of the day, my outside lights were on. I thought he was gonna have an aneurysm. I thought he was gonna lose it. Just couldn't fathom.
Yeah. It's like you left the gas stove on for like 5 days.
Yeah.
It was like I punched him in the face.
But that's going to be us with our
I
kids.
know.
It's the principle.
And like here's a good example. My kid will leave he'll leave the door open for let's just say more than 3 seconds. Close the door. Mice, bugs, gotta close it. It's like there ain't gonna be anything. Nothing's going in there. Like just relax a little bit. Hey, the AC, there's not much AC that's gonna get out into the garage by leaving the door open for 3 seconds.
Right.
But it's just it's in me that I have to say, shut the door.
Shut the door. Don't slam it either.
Talk to me on the stairs. Okay. Don't talk to me in the middle of the door frame when it's open. Yeah, dude, I'm there. I'm there.
Mhm.
That's okay though. That's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay, Myles.
Yeah, just slowly morphing into my father.
Yep.
Gonna get grumpier by the day.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll go outside and just be mad at the sun.
Yeah.
Why isn't it cloudy today? It's fucking
Yeah.
horseshit.
And when it's cloudy, why isn't it sunny today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we even need lights on in the house at 2 p.m.? The sun's shining. Open the blinds up.
Yeah.
But also close the blinds because then when
Yeah.
more heat's getting in.
Yeah.
And then we gotta turn the AC on.
You're not wrong.
Jerrod, I heard you got a new dangerous hobby.
I do. So
I'm very intrigued by this
Me too.
because if there's one guy I know that's not going to pick up a dangerous hobby, it's Jerrod.
And what's the definition of Jared's dangerous?
it's not physical, so that's good.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I'm not going like cross country skiing or anything.
Okay. More emotionally dangerous.
Yeah.
Is cross country skiing dangerous? I think. I think
Thinking
more.
in my mind.
I think it's one of the safer.
I was thinking like downhill skiing. I said cross country.
Well,
See, you just proved my point. Jerrod thinks cross country skiing is dangerous, so this might be a little bit of a letdown.
yeah,
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, like I think dangerous. I think like skydiving, free climbing, and Jared's like going for a walk. There's uneven ground out there. You may roll an ankle.
I got my tubes tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may step on a crack and break your mama's back. It's a dangerous sport. Walking is.
That was dumb.
Yeah. Skiing on thin ice.
There you go. That's
yeah.
better.
You
Yeah.
ski on ice?
No, well, I mean, a
It's
frozen
better.
lake.
It's
Yeah,
more dangerous.
more dangerous. If you're cross country skiing on a golf course, you might go over over the pond or something.
You might fall down.
Yeah, you might run over a tee marker with your ski and fracture an ankle, but other than that, it's safe.
I don't know why I said that. So about when was the Kentucky Derby? Like three weeks ago, a month ago.
Yeah, about
roughly.
3 weeks ago. Yep.
So I bet on Sovereignty. He was the horse that won. I was like,
Good
okay.
on you.
I won like $100 on that.
Thanks for sharing.
So then yesterday, I saw that there was more horse racing on. And
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You're turning into a horse racing guy.
that's what's happening. So I bet probably like $30, won a couple of races, and then I did a pick 3, and I put $10 on, stopped watching for a while, opened my account. I won like a 53-1 bet on horse racing. So I put $10 down. I won like $500. So I've kind of have a horseshoe up my ass with horse racing with the luck going on. So I might be getting into horse racing here.
You won $500. So what have you won total now?
Overall, probably like $600-700.
And how much have you put down?
No more than $50.
Holy shit.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, now
That's dangerous.
Now it's just a matter of scaling up,
Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. Though.
Just imagine you put $100 in and you get, $600-700. You put 10 grand down. That's 60-70 grand. You get yourself a brand new pickup truck.
Could. It's better than the S&P so far.
You are beating the S&P with horse racing.
Right.
So yeah, you maybe got to start sharing your picks. You're just turning into somewhat of a horse racing influencer.
Yeah, all I'm really doing is picking the most favorite horse to show, which is just a horse taking top 3. I'm still trying to
Just to show up.
Just top 3 is what
Okay.
show means. I'm starting to learn the lingo too.
Yeah, you're
of,
starting to get in with them.
like the exacta.
You just can't be
trifecta.
sounding like a newbie like me and Ryan to the horse racing community.
You guys
No.
don't have a horse in this race.
We
Yeah.
don't.
Do you dress up for the races?
Not yet.
That's when we'll know you've gone too far. Is if you're wearing a suit in your living room watching the race and taking, I don't know why, the little thing that shows all the odds and stuff, the paper, and
Sure. Yeah.
smacking your ass with it.
Yeah.
If you get to that point, we know you've gone too far.
I have like a blazer I put on and just sit on the couch, with my
Mhm.
shorts on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At step 1, you're gonna show up to work one day with just like a polo from the racetrack that you went to this last week.
Exactly, all merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
merched
stop.
out.
Yeah, I just feel like you just slowly evolve into a frat guy. Like he just starts wearing some salmon shorts to work.
Yep.
Some
Mhm.
boat shoes, and
Yep.
all of a sudden a blazer. He never wears a hat anymore. He just slicks his hair back.
Yeah.
I'm sunburned because I'm outside at the
You
horse
just
park.
tan. Yeah, you're just suddenly tan all the time.
So it's something I got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I would.
It was a really good high.
Does your wife know about it?
No, she knows about the Kentucky Derby. She doesn't know about this.
Oh, that's also. I mean, you
Wait.
were.
You tell her about the wins. We don't need to talk about the losses.
I know, but if I tell her about the wins, you know how that goes.
Yeah, she's like,
like-
oh, we can now.
Get new granite countertops.
Okay, then you come. It's like, well, you can't withdraw money until your account hits X. This balance.
Yeah,
Until you hit
that's
$5,000
true.
in balance, you can't withdraw anything.
Yeah, so I haven't told her about it yet. I will.
You won't.
I don't think it sounds like you will.
I would.
Because what's going to
Now
happen?
that I said that, now I have to say it. It's gonna come bite me.
Is she going to be excited or is she going to go, well, why didn't you tell me earlier?
She'll be excited because she always asks if I have any bets going. So she'll be
Nice.
she'll be happy for us. She'll
She's
act like
supportive
she's happy.
then.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, just do some partial truths, every guy's got to have some sock drawer money.
There you go. Yeah.
Little rainy day fund.
Tell her that they take like 25% for their cut,
There you go.
broker fee.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to bore you with it, so I'll stop talking about it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
essentially, yeah. Then after taxes, basically it's about 30% payout.
Yeah. It's nothing bad.
Yeah, just like any gift that you get her going forward, like you bought that gift with the money you won on horse
Mhm.
racing.
Here's some jewels.
Yeah. Hey, your new granite countertops is in the back of my Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Right?
Yeah.
Sitting in my account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and there's like horse races every day too. So
Are you doing it
really?
are you doing it for the love of the game or are you doing it to make money?
I do like it because there's like certain horses that are better on like dirt. There's horses that are better on grass.
So you're nerding out a little bit.
It is kind of fun. It is not football season either, so that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, once NFL's back, you're gonna.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Until Derby again.
Yeah, it's like a summer fling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're like Sandy and fucking what's his name, John Travolta. What's his name?
In Greece, yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
I haven't seen it.
Donnie.
That was Tyler's thing because he was talking about being at the lake and falling in love with a girl that summer
Yeah,
and watching
Summer
Grease at the
lovin'
cabin.
happens. That's you.
Mhm.
It's horse racing.
My summer loving.
And I think if that's the case, which I do, a lot of people say I can quit anytime. I think you will quit once football season rolls
For sure.
around.
And
So-
my units are small. I'm not betting
Yeah.
crazy deep.
which Ryan in the betting community,
Crazy
that's
unis.
just- that's how much money he's betting.
Well, yeah, like everyone has
You're
to.
not an insider like Jerrod and I.
No, my units are a lot smaller than yours, Jerrod. Actually, my unit is a lot bigger than
Yeah, I
yours.
was gonna
But
say. Careful how you phrase that.
I also think you got to give yourself business hours too. When business is closed, we can't be up, 2 a.m. betting on no horse racing. So like, Kyrgyzstan fucking ping pong or
Right.
something.
Yeah. Well, there's horse races going all the time, all over the world too.
Ah,
That's another
fucking
problem. Like
dangerous.
Australia, Ireland, America.
Yeah.
It's a whole problem.
And well, then you just go back to, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Business is open, even though it's 2 a.m.
Right.
and you're betting on a horse race in Croatia.
Right. I watch it on my phone in bed.
Yeah.
Then they're like,
Let's fucking go.
you're trying not to wake up your wife.
She's like, honey. What? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's easy to play off.
Mhm.
All right, well, you have to let us know if you're still going to be up.
Yep. I'll let you guys know. So it's fun. I recommend it, but
Take the cash out.
I
And then
think I
just
will.
say, because if you keep taking the cash out and you got nothing in your account or you got very little, then you got cash in hand, but then you can't go overboard with your account.
yeah, that's a good idea.
You got a fun fact for us, Jerrod?
I do. Let me pull it up. There actually isn't 57 varieties of Heinz ketchup and never were. Company founder H.J. Heinz
HGH.
Hand job Heinz.
thought his product should have a number, and he liked 57. It was 5 and 7 were his lucky numbers. That's why it's 57 Heinz ketchup.
Why did you need a number? Just thought
It
it
was-
looked
He said it was like a catchy appeal.
ketchup-y appeal.
Yeah.
So, and I'm assuming that's also why he named it 57 sauce.
Yeah.
57 steak sauce.
Mhm. More of a branding
Yeah.
thing.
Because like Dr. Pepper goes the opposite route. They say, what is it, 23 flavors or 27 flavors?
It's always been 23.
Yeah. They're probably lying to us too.
I think it's been proven.
Oh, either that or the founder's a big Michael Jordan fan.
Well, this was like in the 1800s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
and I guess I never thought about that.
And if you have those glass ketchup bottles, you're supposed to tap on the logo,
I knew that one.
not on the bottom of it.
Yep, right there.
Mhm.
One of those. Or you could be a crazy person and just shove a knife in there. You ever seen anyone do that?
Or a fry, or like the longest fry you got on your plate. You shove that sucker up there.
There's always somebody bitching at the table that how much they hate the glass bottle of ketchup.
Yeah. I always go with just like the immediate, like aggressive stop. So it's just get gravity to pull it back down.
And it's all over your plate.
Yes. Yeah. It's in your, Yep.
Everyone talking about how bad plastic is for your body with the microplastics. But god damn it, using a plastic squirt bottle for ketchup and stuff is fucking nice.
That's nice.
I mean, once they invented the squeeze bottle, we were doomed.
Yes, we were.
We're never going back to glass.
We're just all a microplastic now.
Yeah.
We'd rather have convenience than be poisoned.
I'm under the impression that we'll just evolve as humans to actually need microplastics.
Yeah.
You know? Just like fish that evolved where they need air instead of water over time. I think humans will just end up needing plastic to survive. So that's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm holding out for. Is evolution.
It'll be water and plastic. Those are the two things you only need.
Yeah. Well, is that it, Jerrod?
That's it.
Guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of You Betcha Radio. Have a great week. Glad to have Ryan back. Or I don't even think we're going to be full strength next week. I think Tyler's gone next week, too.
I have to check, but yeah.
So, have a great week. We'll see you in the next one.
Love you.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Myles, fuck, marry, kill. Oreos, that one part of the steak, garlic bread.
Someone did say what that part of the steak
Fuck,
was
yeah,
called.
it was. I didn't.
And I don't remember.
I think it's
told you.
the fat cap or the rib cap.
rib cap.
Rib cap on a
Yeah.
ribeye. The rib cap. Okay, Oreos, that one part on a steak. What was the other
garlic
one?
bread.
That is
It's a doozy.
just disgustingly hard.
In a good way.
This, in a good way, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is probably the closest that wasn't just a question that I didn't know to the stump Myles. I think because like I'll have steak and garlic bread much more than I'll have Oreos.
And garlic
Okay.
bread.
But if I get myself in front of a sleeve of Oreos,
Game over.
I am deleting those harder, faster, stronger, with more girth than anyone you've ever seen. It'll get to the point, and I love getting them nice and soft in a thing of milk.
The best.
I'll just drop it in there and then
Mhm.
just let it soak for like 2 minutes.
You're like
and
a
then
Mormon.
and then it just melts. Yeah, I just Mormon the fuck out of my Oreos.
Yeah. We get those bags of mini Oreos for the kids. Like there's a jumbo pack. There's like Nutter Butters and stuff there too. I'll just take the mini Oreos, dump them in a coffee cup, pour milk in there, and eat it like cereal.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
smart.
That is smart.
Because the mini Oreos aren't that great.
No, and you can't dunk them because you just got to stick your whole finger in there if you're trying to
So
dunk a
do
mini
you guys
Oreo.
know the hack with double stuffed Oreos where you take a fork
Yep.
and stick it in the cream?
I've done that.
It's the
When
best.
I learned that, my life changed. It was like that was a life-changing moment.
You just literally go from fork to Oreo to mouth, fork back into the package to grab Oreo number 2. You don't even have to touch anything.
Mm-hmm. And you can just pop the whole cookie in your mouth.
Mhm. And there isn't the one random dry bit from where you were holding it. It's the best.
I didn't even consider that.
Everything is moist.
Mhm.
Like bread.
Mm-hmm. So that being said, oh man,
This might be our toughest one.
it is. It is.
Can I help you out a little bit?
Yeah. Hey, anything helps.
You're like, no.
No, I have to work through this on my own.
Well, I just don't want to put an
Yeah, I
asterisk on the
just-
stump Myles here.
I just struggle for like 10 minutes. No, I don't need help.
Just quiet.
They didn't say you can't have steak. You just can't have that one bite.
That is true.
That's a good point. Tyler.
That one
I-
bite
I-
is awesome.
I do like that loophole. But why are we eating ribeyes if we're not getting that one part?
It is good, but the rest is good too.
It is. You're right.
I like just calling it that one part.
Yeah.
It's like when I worked concrete, we called it that radio. Want to go grab that radio? Yeah. For that reason, I'll marry garlic bread. Garlic bread was what it was, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Garlic bread. You guys know me. I'll wife up any bread you throw at me. Yeah. Because I can eat the rest of the steak, I'll kill that one part of the steak. And fuck Oreos. I basically do already anyways.
OJ's Bronco. You know the old saying, I give an arm and a leg. Would you rather give up the arm or the leg?
I think I'd rather give up an arm.
Ooh, I think I'd rather give up a leg.
You are much more disabled without a leg.
I think prosthetics in the leg area are better than arms.
We're cutting off. You can't get a prosthetic, we'll say.
It wasn't in the question.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a prosthetic, then I'll give the leg because I don't need to fucking.
Look, and they've been doing it.
I don't need to dip my Oreos with my feet.
Dude, a prosthetic arm would be great to dip Oreos.
Just put a little fork
That's true.
attachment
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah. I mean, pirates were fucking sailing the 7 seas with peg legs just fine.
And
And
hooks.
Yeah.
Like quite literally, the guy running the show had a hook.
Yeah, but he got his ass beat by a 10-year-old, so.
It's true. So did Lord Voldemort.
Spoiler,
Who's
spoiler.
17.
Whatever. No, he was actually 1 year old when he first kicked his ass.
It's true. Didn't finish the
So,
job, though.
Spoiler alert.
Kid's a quitter.
What was the question? Yeah.
Arm
I
or
think
leg?
if prosthetic, leg. No prosthetic, arm.
Yeah. Agreed.
Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/You Betcha Radio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.